Let's be real. Most people don't wake up in the morning thinking, I want inner peace. No. Most people wake up in the morning thinking, I want money. I want security. I want options. I want freedom. And for us Asians, it's even more intense. We have a god of money, 财神爷, right? We don't just work hard. We also pray hard. And I know in India, people also have a god of wealth. So, no matter where you are from, humans have been chasing the same thing for thousands of years, which is financial safety and financial freedom. But here's the tricky part. Everybody wants financial freedom, but almost nobody can explain what it really means. And if our definition is wrong, our whole strategy becomes wrong. So today, I want to do something simple but powerful. Let's define financial freedom properly before we waste years chasing a fantasy. If a concept inside your brain is inaccurate, or if it doesn't have a clear and correct definition, then we cannot think correctly from that point onward. And the chain reaction is brutal. Because the definition is unclear, your thinking becomes blurred. Because your thinking is blurred too. Your choices lose direction. Because your choices lose direction, your action become wrong. And that eventually affect your entire life. So if you truly want financial freedom, you need to understand financial freedom like the ocean understands the river. You need to understand it until it becomes as natural as eating and sleeping. Only then do you earn the right to accelerate towards the financial freedom. Okay, the Wikipedia's definition is clear but not useful. Financial freedom is a shiny word sitting on top of many people's hearts. I've been thinking about it for years, and honestly, for a long time, no one could give me a definition that feels truly clear, accurate, and useful. So I looked up at Wikipedia. It says financial freedom means you don't need to work for money just to cover your living expenses. In simple words, your passive income from assets must be equal to or greater than your daily spending. If you reach that state, we can call it retirement or many other names like financial independent, financial freedom, blah, blah, blah. It is not enough, not accurate enough, because even after reading it again and again, I still don't know what to do next. There's no clear guide I can follow. It didn't create a roadmap. Then one day, I found the key that actually affects action. The freedom we want is not fundamentally about money. Money is just a tool. The freedom we really want is control over our time, time autonomy. So I redefined financial freedom for myself. And this is my definition. Personal financial freedom means you no longer need to sell your time just to meet basic life necessities. That's it. Simple, accurate, and most importantly, actionable. Now you can actually plan and know how to move next. Everything we do in life consumes time that never comes back. Time goes one way. And if what you do gives you some reward, then your time was basically sold. And the essence of all human effort is this: we are all trying to sell our time at a higher price. That's what career growth is. That's what skill building is. That's what business is. That's what investment is. It's all about raising the price of your time that is selling. There are two ways we can take to move forward financial freedom. So if a time is the core factor, how do we get closer to financial freedom, to our goal. There are two major strategies. Strategy one, increase the value of a single unit of each hour. Some people focus on increasing their hourly value. They build high income skills. They become doctors, lawyers, accountants, or they become skilled blue collar workers, plumbers, electricians, treaties in countries like Australia and Canada. Those treaties can be extremely high income. That's one method. Increase your hourly price. Strategy number two, sell your time multiple times. If you know what I mean? But some people do deeper. They ask, if there's a way to not treat 1 hour for one payment, is there a way to sell 1 unit of time multiple times? And the answer is yes. This is where leverage comes in. It reminds me Naval's three levers of wealth. First one, labor leverage. This is when you trade time directly. You work, you get paid. Secondly, capital leverage. This is ownership, equity, stock options, shares. You benefit from a company's growth even when you are sleeping. Number three, those copyright leverage. This is the most powerful one. You produce or build something once, and it can be sold repeatedly, like computer program, software, a film, or like an online course. Music copyrights, digital products, a book you can sold on Amazon. 1 unit of time sold to many people. This is how you scale up beyond your hours. And in my opinion, this is a key path towards financial freedom that many people can take. And next, I'm going to warn you, we have to be really careful of one dangerous mindset. Once I have enough money, I will do such and such. That is a massive trap. People often think financial freedom is the final destiny. They often say, once I have enough money, then I could finally take a holiday, I can sleep in. And this way of thinking is so common, it's almost scary. Let's examine how dangerous it could be. For example, once I have enough money, I will play video games every day, every hour, from morning to night. Nobody can stop me. I used to play World of Warcraft for days and weeks nonstop. I think this game is so great. I was talking to my best friend Ray, and I said, let's have a deal. Let's make a promise. After we retire, we can team up in the World of Warcraft. We don't have to worry about go to work. We can play that game as long as we like. And that thinking is very dangerous. That is a very wrong mindset. So at that time, if I keep this mindset, I will never reach financial freedom. That's my example, right? I believe many people have the similar thinking. Taking holidays, lying on the beach, just not thinking about growing anymore. At that moment, I'm treating games as something extremely valuable, so valuable that I believe I can only do it after financial freedom. I put it here. And that creates a problem because whatever I'm doing now automatically becomes less important. My current growth becomes boring. But the truth is, the things that still matter after financial freedom are usually the things that help me grow, not the things that numb me. For example, growth, not success. Many people don't realize this. No matter how successful you become, you still need to grow because financial freedom is not the finishing line. It's not the final destination. It's just a milestone of many in your lifetime, a checkpoint, not the final destination. And actually, even death might not be the true final destination. Some people cross death through, through their creations. Their physical body is gone, but their impact, but their contribution, their product, their thought continues. Their work remains. Their value stays alive. Most people only feel a fake life extension through having their children, a physiological illusion of continuity. So, how can we believe financial freedom is the end? If you treat it like the end, you basically destroy your chances to reach it because your brain gets filled with the wrong mindsets. Your values become distorted and every choice becomes twisted because you mistakenly treat something unimportant as the most important thing. Next, I'm going to talk about brain hygiene, another important personal hygiene. Wash your mind clean. This is why I spent so much time talking about clear definition, because the process of defining a definition is like washing your hands or taking a shower. It cleans your brain, cleans your mind. It removes the pollution from other people's wrong ideas that put in your head. And it also removes your own bad thinking habits. I call this process brainwashing. Yes, brainwashing, but in a good way. It's also personal hygiene. And honestly, it's more important than washing your body because a dirty body can still live with no trouble, but a dirty mind will ruin your decisions. I'm going to tell you a story about the French perfume. Covering dirt or smell is not cleaning. Let me give you a real example. 200 years ago, most French people avoided bathing because they believed taking a bath would weaken their health or immune system. So they don't take a bath. At the same time, they ate a lot of beef and potatoes. So their body smell was strong. Now imagine this, not taking bath, strong smell, sweat, all the smells come together. The odor, can you imagine that? So what do they do? The French invented perfume, French perfume. But if you apply perfume on a unwashed body, the smell becomes even worse. They tried to cover the problem, but didn't solve the problem. And that's the point. When your mind becomes dirty, you don't solve the problem by adding decorations or covering it. You solve the problem by washing off the dirt. The real solution is train yourself with a clear, sharp concept. Wash your brain clean. Here's the summary today. The path to financial freedom starts with clarity. So before you start this journey, you need to ask yourself, what is the true meaning of financial freedom? If you have misunderstanding it, you can correct them early through brainwashing. And if you do that, you will save huge amounts of time. You won't move like a headless fly. You won't chase the wrong target because clear and correct concepts are the foundation of all thinking. And if we want to measure intelligence, it can almost reduced to two questions. Do you have accurate enough concepts? And also, do you have clear, accurate connections between those concepts? If you actively wash your brain, you can become smarter, you can become sharper, and you can move faster to your target, which is financial freedom. Okay, if you're still here, if you liked this episode, you are going to love the next one. Because before we achieve financial freedom, we all have to sell our time. But most people sell it the wrong way. In episode 2, I will share the first and the most important rule that can change everything. Click the link on the screen, and I will see you there. Take care.